So, you're really a 70s fan. Okay, Riff Randall.
Oh, wow, he remembered my name.
Can you dig this?
That damn White Shadow had to follow them black players around.
The tunes. Can the Happy Meal really make you happy?
I think a Happy Meal would have made me happy had it included love and acceptance.
Is anyone's house scarier than that Amityville horror place?
My father's bathroom on a Saturday morning. I'm pretty sure that had a hole to hell.
The answers to the...
There's this girl, and she's Riff
Randall. And she's a rebel at the school, and she's a rock and roller.
I'm Riff Randall.
Rock and roller.
I had the privilege of playing Eagle Bound.
He's the guy with the office and the bathroom, and all the guys go in the bathroom, and basically you can like get pot from him, and you can get like cigarettes from him, or he can like teach you like how to get with girls.
Obviously, you do not know who I am. I am Miss Togar, and I am the new principal of this school.
ESPN and Sports Center came out in 1979, and that was like the end point.
We all gathered in Central Park. We all just showed our erections to each other because it was so exciting. Sports on television.
The whole concept of it actually is pretty remarkable that you just watch sports 24/7.
They had to broadcast all kind of weird sports, man, like tractor pulls, contract bridge. Me and my friends are playing Kick the Can. ESPN want to cover that.
Guys like wrestling and big pampers.
Curling. Log chopping.
Speed quilting. What the hell?
A world without ESPN? No, I could not imagine it. Just think it would be without da-da-da, da-da-da. I gotta hear that at least once a day.
And the whacked-out genius of Frank Zappa. Next on I Love 1979, Volume 2, Butthurt.
The only thing that ever scared me in that movie was when they would show those long shots of the house and the two little windows.
Evidently, the house had driven every father of the family that moved into the house crazy, and he killed his family.
They show the point of view of the killer, the guy who's doing the murders, walking through the house.
Margot Kidder played Mrs. Lutz.
Now, when you watch this movie, you keep thinking, well, why doesn't Margot Kidder just call Superman?
She was shot in the head!
James Brolin played the father of the family that buys the house.
Oh, Mother of God, I'm coming apart!
And this is years before his marriage to Barbra Streisand.
Well, that family, you know, don't buy a house where everybody got murdered. Let's start with that. Let's not, I don't care if it's free.
Hey, you can snag some prime real estate at below market prices if you just know where to look. Indian burial grounds, houses of murder victims. You just have to be open to new experiences.
The best scene was when James Brolin went back to get the dog.
I want Harry!
Please, George, drive.
He goes in the house, he falls in through the floor, and the whole bottom of the basement is blood. And the dog, the best actor in the whole movie, the dog tries to pull him out of the thing. He picks the dog up, walks over the stairs that he fell through in the blood, and left everything in the house. And they even said that at the end of the movie. They left everything in the house.
2, 3, 4. Frank Zappa was like a musical genius from California that was so eclectic. He was so far ahead of his time.
You're not going to hear Frank Zappa by any cover bands. You're not going to go, you know, down to the local bar and see a cover band on Saturday night playing it, you know, because they can't.
I was a big Frank Zappa fan growing up. I liked that he had a sense of humor and that his music was also complex and amazing. Great guitarist, probably doesn't really receive the accolades he should for his talent.
Only the most highest, like high caliber musicians could actually even be in Zappa's band.
The great escape for all of you.
I mean, he was cool. He was definitely cool. I don't know about his
the names he chose for his kids, though.
Dweezil, Moon Unit, Amit, and Diva.
That's what kind of name you get when you had hippie parents.
It was always unclear to me whether this was a literal sequel to MASH, because there was a Trapper John on MASH, and there was the Trapper John MD. It seemed to me, are they the same guy? It kind of seemed like they must be, right?
No. Wasn't even the same Trapper John.
They always alluded that he was in Korea and all of that, but the guy playing Trapper John, Pernell Roberts, was not Trapper John from MASH.
So everybody was confused because they was like, wait a minute, that ain't Trapper John. We kept going back to MASH saying, that's Trapper John. Who is that man? For his time, Trapper John was a great drama.
I thought Trapper John MD was okay, but I still think they should have tried harder to work in Klinger somehow.
But it's basically, let's take the funny guy, put a beard on him, make him serious, and have like a real medical program. So I was like one and done with Trapper John MD. But it still was better than After MASH. That's for damn sure. Wasn't even close.
Face it, I mean, the Korean War, that's just funny. You know, some dude in the hospital, not as funny.
All right, you ready? We're gonna count to 3 and then go boom.
One of the worst nights of my life was Disco Demolition Night.
Red.
How dare they?
2.
What were they thinking?
3.
I'm lost for words.
They were blowing up music. You have the option of not listening to the music. That's fine too, but they were so angry at the music, they thought, let's literally destroy music.
Thousands and thousands of people showed up at the Chicago White Sox Stadium at Comiskey Park, and things just got out of control.
One of the saddest sights I've ever seen in a ballpark in my life. This garbage of demolishing a record has turned into a fiasco.
It's one of those sodas that, like, everybody's mother drank Tab.
My mother was a complete and total Tab addict. Cases of it.
It was like an older woman's drink, like, say, like, in your early 50s, late 40s, sitting around the pool, getting a tan, drinking your Tab, smoking, and baking your body in the sun without sunscreen.
I think it was the first, like, diet soda.
I have no idea why they call it Tab. Is there a reason why they call it Tab?
Maybe they called it Tab because it's, you know, Tab rhymes with fab. Maybe that's why they named it Tab. And
it was keeping tabs on your weight. How funny is that?
Drink Tab, and you'll be full. Okay.
When my mother dies, I'm putting it in her coffin. There you go, there's a Tab for the next life. You haven't drank enough in this life. Really, the 85 million you've consumed wasn't enough. One more Tab for the road.
Coming up, the White Shadow teaches life lessons.
You know, brother in the mirror brushing his teeth wrong, you look back, cold, tough.
There are cameras all over the place. So please, now don't say all right?
The Rose was a movie about Bette Midler's perm. How could that perm fit on one person? How could so much hair be on one little person?
It was really like a musical because you got to see Bette Midler performing all this great music throughout the entire show.
It was a rough story, but Bette Midler nailed it. She was sexier in this movie than she's ever been in any movie. This was her time to shine.
I can't get laid. Nobody wants me.
I guess Bette Midler's character was attractive in a pathetic, needy, damaged kind of way.
I did not find Bette Midler sexy in that because she drooled too much. And she fell on the floor a lot more than I would have a girlfriend of mine do.
My favorite thing about the Happy Meal is the toy inside.
And a secret surprise inside. Don't show it.
The prize was nice, but to me, the prize was recognition. I liked that McDonald's was recognizing me as a consumer, me, a child, a mere child.
I always liked when they had like little car things or something like that.
Spaceships or, you know, alien figures.
Maybe it's a toy from a movie. Perhaps it's a ring. Maybe it's a rope that I can pull on. Maybe it's a box. Is it a glass box? It could be. And now I can eat my burger in the glass box.
It's one of those things where the Happy Meal is greater than the sum of its parts.
I'm happy just thinking about it.
I used to watch that all the time with the guy with the white coach and a basketball guy.
At least he looked like a basketball coach, like he played before. I just think of the name, though. The White Shadow. White guy, but Shadow the Black.
Let's get a bunch of good black kids in the ghetto trying to make it. But they just can't get out. They just can't figure it out. How do you get them out?
You got a problem, maybe I can help.
Bring in a white guy.
I loved all the basketball players on the White Shadow, especially Coolidge.
I'm sorry, I can't go through the hoop every time.
That's right.
A Coley or some, I don't know, some...
Salami!
Thank you. Was I close or what?
I figured even if the character's not funny, it's a funny name.
There would always be that one guy was always either going to quit the team or get kicked off the team, and then the White Shadow would, you know, have a talk with him and turn him around.
Do me a favor, will you?
What?
Don't quit school for a couple of days. Maybe I can come up with something.
That damn White Shadow had to follow them black players around and teach them how to be gentlemen and upstanding citizens. That's why it's called the White Shadow. You know, brother in the mirror brushing his teeth wrong, you look back, coach,
who ultimately ends up going off to Vietnam instead of the guy from Oklahoma through a series of, you know, movie mischief.
Good hair, too. I don't know if that was his, but